Managers, what is the most unprofessional thing an employee has done that resulted in an immediate termination? I needed to sign some urgent paperwork for a major acquisition deal, and it had to happen within the hour, or we'd lose a $2.3 million contract. The client was flying back to Germany that evening, and this was our only window to finalize the equity transfer document. I was at the gym when my business partner called in a panic. "You need to get here now. The lawyers are here, the client is here, and we're missing your signature on 3 critical documents." I showered quickly at the gym and drove straight to our downtown office building. I was clean and presentable, but wearing casual clothing, dark jeans, a polo shirt, and sneakers. Not my usual business attire, but I figured I'd be in and out in 10 minutes. When I walked into our reception area, our new receptionist, Jessica, looked me up and down with obvious disdain. She was maybe 22, had been with us for only 3 weeks, and clearly took her role as gatekeeper very seriously. "Can I help you?" she said loudly, her tone already dripping with attitude. I kept my voice professional. "Yes, I'd like to see Mr. Hampton. He's expecting me for an urgent signing." Instead of checking the schedule or picking up the phone, Jessica actually laughed, a condescending little snort that made my jaw clench. "Mr. Hampton doesn't take walk-ins, sir," she said, emphasizing sir like it was an insult, especially not from people who can't be bothered to dress appropriately for a professional office. I tried to stay calm. "I understand how it looks, but this is genuinely urgent. If you could just call him." "I'm not calling anyone," she interrupted, then turned her chair to give me her back and put in her AirPods like I was dismissed. The whole interaction was happening in front of 3 people waiting for job interviews. One guy in a cheap suit was openly smirking, clearly enjoying watching someone get humiliated by the receptionist. I raised my voice slightly, trying to get her attention. "Excuse me, I really need to see Mr. Hampton. As I said, he's expecting me." Jessica pulled out one earbud and rolled her eyes dramatically. "Look, I don't know what part of no walk-ins you don't understand. Mr. Hampton is in important meetings with actual clients and business partners. He doesn't have time for whatever you're selling." "I'm not selling anything. Security is right downstairs if you keep bothering me." She cut me off with a smug smile. At this point, I was furious, but trying not to cause a scene. Our office suite required keycard access to get past reception, and Jessica was clearly not going to help me. Thankfully, our office manager, Patricia, walked past the glass partition and saw me standing there. Her face immediately lit up with recognition, and she quickly buzzed me through the security door. "Good afternoon, Mr. Chen," she said warmly, using my name loud enough for everyone to hear. "Mr. Hampton is in conference room B with the legal team. They're all waiting for you." The change in Jessica's expression was instant and dramatic. The color drained from her face as she realized exactly who she'd just spent 10 minutes insulting and dismissing. I signed the documents quickly, 3 signatures that secured our biggest deal of the year. The German client shook my hand and headed to the airport. As we wrapped up, I told my business partner, David Hampton, exactly what had happened at reception. I described Jessica's attitude, her refusal to even check if I was expected, and her comment about my appearance. David's face got progressively redder as I recounted the story. "She said, 'What about your appearance?' And she threatened to call security on you in front of a waiting room full of job candidates," I added. David was livid. He walked out of the conference room with me and stopped directly in front of Jessica's desk. "Jessica," he said in a calm but ice-cold voice, "pack your personal belongings. You're terminated immediately." Her face went white. "Mr. Hampton, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain. You just refused service to my business partner and co-owner of this company, insulted his appearance, and threatened to call security on him. Your final paycheck will be mailed to you." Jessica started crying and begging, saying she didn't know who I was. "That's exactly the problem," David replied. "You treated someone poorly because you didn't think they were important enough to deserve basic respect." Looking back, I feel a little bad for her.